Eric Stonestreet right there stole our hearts for 11 seasons on Modern Family, of course. Now he's hosting the new Fox competition series, Domino Masters.
Please welcome Mr. Eric Stonestreet.
Hey.
Great to see you, buddy. I love that you're here in person, and you just casually mentioned Modern Family, which I consider like the best modern sitcom of this day, honestly.
Thank you.
I love it. It ended always nice, every episode consistently funny. I've told you before, but I always like to tell you again.
It was a great show. I'm super proud that I spent 11 years with those people and with those words coming out of my mouth. It was a great honor to be on that show.
Do you miss Cam at all?
I miss going to work and getting to play that character 100%. It's so crazy watching, as you know, TV shows that you were in and you have no memory of it.
Yeah.
So sometimes we'll be watching and we'll see a scene that I'm not in, and then the game becomes, okay, let me try to think what Mitch and Cam were doing based on what Phil or Claire are doing.
Right.
And there's nothing there. There's
Never.
no memory.
You can't say the line. You don't know.
I'll know lines once I get in it, but what I enjoy the most is when we're watching an episode and thinking about like what was going on in my life, you know, collaterally.
Kind of like hearing a good song.
Yes,
yeah.
It's a treasure chest. I was in line the other day at a store in Kansas City, and the lady was like, "When's that show coming back on?" I'm like, "It's on all the time."
Yeah.
Every channel.
And she goes, "Yeah, but those are old episodes." And I go, "But you're getting older, and you'll forget you ever saw
Right.
the episodes. They'll be new to you in 5 years."
That's exactly right. It's exactly. That's all. By the way, you mentioned casually living in Kansas City because I know you're from there. That's awesome. That you. What made you want to go back and kind of?
Well, you know, this thing, the pandemic, changed a lot of people's lives. My parents, unfortunately, I lost my dad in November. He got sick, and Lindsay, my fiancée, is from there, and she was splitting her time coming back and forth to California the last 3 years of Modern Family. So once this happened, I was just like, what am I doing? Like, let's do this. So we bought a house back in Kansas City, and I've basically been there the last 2 years and come to Los Angeles to see the pretty people when I have to, right? You know?
Speaking of pretty people, your fiance is so stunning.
Yeah.
We got to do a close-up. Tell everybody the funny thing that happened when
Congratulations, by the way.
your engagement photo.
Yeah, so we get engaged, and then people go to town on me on social media saying, "Are you marrying your daughter?" And I'm like,
She does look really young.
I'm sorry, but I can't help it that she looks great for 42. I'm 50. We're 8 years apart.
Yeah.
Like, I know 8 years is not a small number, but it's not like I'm 70 and she's 25.
No, that's. I'm 8 years older than my wife.
Yes.
No, that's
So
appropriate.
tell everybody what you did.
So after a day of just getting beat up online, and I'm like, I mean, I know my hair's gray and stuff, but like,
That's funny.
hey, do I look that bad? She's like, no, I just look great.
That
I'm
good?
like, okay, take it easy. So then I aged her. I put her face through an app, and I did this to make her, and I said, I hope everybody out there now feels better, and this makes everyone feel better.
That's
so
funny.
great.
Wedding date set yet?
We don't have a wedding date set yet because, you know, we took 4 years to get engaged, and
As a teenager, she needed that time.
Yeah. Yes, right. Oh, you.
Nice callback, Hoover.
Oh! How dare you?
Once she becomes legal to drink, you're waiting for her to become legal to drink.
Once she's
so you
legal,
can tell.
you
You
take her out to the lake.
expect it from the trolls. You don't expect it from a friend.
So
How
funny.
dare you? Oh.
That was good.
No, she has twin boys. She's been down that road before. We'll have a great wedding and a better party at some point.
There you go. Right on, man. Well, this game looks really cool.
I love
I want to
Domino.
make sure to, okay, Domino Masters.
Yes.
So I originally thought it was like, boom, old school dominoes. How does it work?
Well, that's the fear that people are going to think it's like people boringly playing dominoes on network television. But I have news for everyone watching. It's not that. 16 teams enter. Only one's going to be the Domino Masters team and win 100 grand, right? But setting these dominoes up over 16 hours with, at any point, 5 hours of work can just be, look at that.
Well, that's what I was looking at the tray, and that's the first thing that ran through my mind. I said, oh my gosh, I was stressed out for the guy setting that up because God forbid a little slip or something, and then that's
100%.
it.
I'm nervous watching it, thinking they work so hard and
So
it's
like
not going to hit.
That pyramid you saw, that probably took someone 2.5 hours just to build that. And I don't want to give anything away, but stuff like that happens, and people lose hours of their build, right? It's incredible.
That's
And
awesome.
why it's so satisfying? What is it about it? There's something about watching that is.
Because you know the goal is to make this beautiful thing and knock it down.
Yeah.
We enjoy that part of it.
I think you're right. There's something with the end result. Yeah.
It's not here forever. It's here for a very small amount of time. And you see the sweat that goes into this.
How do you win?
How do you mean each week?
Like on the game,
Well,
yeah.
so there's criteria. There's judges. Vernon Davis, ex-football player, San Francisco 49ers. Danica McKellar for Wonder Years. And then Steve Price, who's a domino master himself, who all these kids and all these competitors look up to. They have criteria that the teams have to hit each week. You know, they have to build these 3 things into their design. And so all that criteria is taken into consideration. But I'm not a judge. But my point the whole time was like, look, if you don't knock the stuff down, if there's still stuff standing on the stage, I'm sorry, not good enough.
Yeah.
You got to knock the crap down. And so you're going to meet some great people on this show that have dedicated their lives to being like, set up some dominoes and knock them down.
Yeah, I bet it's. Have you tried to set them up yourself yet?
Oh yeah, they sent me home with dominoes. They mailed me a bunch in Kansas City after we kind of said yes to doing the show, and I get the dominoes. Of course, Reed and Everett are excited about doing them, but I don't have the patience. I have the attention span.
It's so
Actually, you do have hands. Those tiny little hands can probably
get
fit right in right there.
You had a great moment with Betty White, who, of course, we lost recently. Didn't she present you? Was it with your first Emmy?
Yeah. Yes, I can't believe you get to say first Emmy, but yes, it was my first.
That's awesome.
But what was so great about it was I didn't know the run of the show, right? So here I go from this working commercial actor to all of a sudden now I'm at the Emmy Awards, right? And then I'm nominated for an Emmy, and then my category is the first one of the night, and out walks Betty White, and I'm like, wait a minute.
So fast.
If I win here, this year is going to be culminated in Betty White handing potentially me a trophy. This is incredible. My mom leans over to me.
Because she was your date.
My mom was with me. She leans over and she's like, "Now, I'd like to meet Betty White." I'm like, kind of busy right now.
kind of a big moment in my life, Mom.
But I promise you, if this goes the way we all want it to go, there's a decent chance you're going to meet Betty White.
Did you hook her up? Did you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really in this surreal moment of my life, and to walk across that stage towards the beautiful icon.
That's awesome.
She was an incredible moment.
God, and you just getting started there. That's so cool. Happy for Mom too.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, brother, on everything. On the move, the recent engagement, the show. Domino Masters airs Wednesday nights at 9 on Fox. Check it out.